If you're applying your fragrance like this, I think we may have a problem. What's going on, everybody? I'm Alan, your official fragrance official. And now I'm pretty new to this whole recording fragrance videos for YouTube thing. But I've watched at least 4 zillion videos about fragrances. In many of those videos, I've seen time and time again, people asking the question, how do you apply your fragrance? What is the best way to apply a fragrance? In the comments, there are people asking questions, beginners, novices. Hey, how should I apply a fragrance? Hey, what am I doing? What can I do to make this last longer or do this better? I am sick of seeing it. You only need one video, and it's this one. Today I'm going to tell you exactly how you should apply your fragrances. I'd like to preface this whole thing with the fact that all fragrances are different. Please keep that in mind. There are fragrances that are weak. There are fragrances that are very, very strong. What I'm going to give you today is a baseline method of how to spray your fragrances. This will give you something to start from when you deal with these more complex situations. What I've done is broken down what you should do and what you shouldn't do when spraying your fragrances and how to get the best result. Let's get into this first method. This is very appropriate for beginners, but if you're not a beginner, this is what I like to call the easy goers category. The easy goer is a person who likes to smell nice, but they're not really worried about what everyone else thinks of their fragrance, or if everyone else can even smell their fragrance. It's more of a personal thing. It's more of a, hey, I want to smell like something. I'm an easy goer. What I would suggest for the easy goer or the beginner who's not really familiar with the fragrances they have, or their power, or their longevity, or what's going to happen when they spray this thing on, I suggest 3 sprays. You're going to want 1 spray on the side of the neck here, 1 here, get right under your ear. That's important, that's a pulse point. And then go 1 in the back for the homies. I say for the homies because that 1 in the back is going to give you your scent trail. When you're moving throughout the room or moving outside somewhere, that 1 in the back is going to give you a nice scent trail. So people behind you are going to smell how awesome you smell. If you're contemplating doing less than 3 sprays, stop it. Save your money. Give me your money. I'll take your money. Just give me your money. You probably won't even smell yourself for longer than an hour, so don't even bother. Whether you're an easy goer or a beginner, chances are at some point you're going to find something you absolutely love, and you're going to turn into one of the guys that I affectionately refer to in this next step called smell good, feel good. These guys are fragrance enthusiasts. These guys are people who want to be noticed. They love fragrances. They have at least a couple, and they know that they smell good. So they want everyone else to know too. Obviously, this is going to be more sprays than the first step. A smell good, feel good guy takes that first step with those 3 sprays, and he adds a couple more. Maybe even up to like 4 more. Let me explain. You have your 3 from the first step. 1, 2, 1 for the homies. There you have it. But I know a guy like me, a fragrance enthusiast, I always have my sleeves rolled up. I cannot stand sleeves. I don't know what it is. It's a personal thing. I'm sorry if you love sleeves. Subscribe anyway. I'm sorry. I love you, but I hate sleeves. So whether it's a hoodie or a button-up shirt, doesn't matter. I always pull up my sleeves or roll up my sleeves. So when I add my next sprays of fragrance, I go right here in the crook of the elbow and right here in the crook of the elbow. That way, as you're moving your arms along, as you're moving along your day, you get whiffs of your fragrance all day long. And that's also a pulse point, which means when it heats up, your fragrance is gonna smell. It's gonna pop off your skin and you're gonna love it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? That's 5. If you want a blast of your fragrance right to your face, and if you want it to last longer, you're gonna wanna spray your clothes. So you give yourself one nice fat right there, right on your chest. It's gonna go right to your nostrils, bro. It's gonna go right to your nostrils. You're gonna smell it. You're gonna feel like a king. Also, it's gonna last. It's gonna cling to those fibers, those cotton fibers, these nylon fibers. I don't know, rayon? I don't even know what this is made out of. But it's gonna cling to that, and it's gonna help your fragrance last longer. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from method 1 to method 2, we've gone from 3 sprays to about 6 sprays. And honestly, a lot of the time, 6 sprays is gonna do ya. Like I said, this can vary based upon the fragrance, but we'll get to that more later. I wanna get into this third section of our little chat today and discuss overspraying. The people who overspray are called oversprayers. Obviously, sorry, makes sense. Oversprayers are savages. They're gonna wear the amount they want anytime they want. Now, I've seen oversprayers vary from time to time, depending on the fragrance, and if it's summer, winter, or something, I don't know. But basically, an oversprayer is gonna clear a room. They're gonna clear it. Like, imagine fire sirens going off, the fire drill. It's a fire drill, you're in school. Everybody's going, people are jumping out windows. That's the kind of thing an oversprayer produces, okay? Now listen, not all overspraying is bad. Sometimes it's necessary. If you have a very weak fragrance, sometimes you're gonna need a 10 sprayer, you know what I'm saying? Because it won't last because of what it's made of. It won't project because of what it's made of. Or if it's less expensive, the ingredients just don't last as long or project as far. So maybe sometimes you're gonna have to bulk it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But oftentimes, oversprayers get a bad rap because they choose super strong fragrances and they let you have it right to the face. And your mama's face. And her mama's face. I'm gonna use 2 bottles because I assume they just buy all the fragrance, because in order to spray that much fragrance, you have to own a lot of fragrance. You know what I'm saying? So I assume it's something like this. And that's how they get down. Now, I'm gonna have to urge against such behavior. Honestly, nobody wants people to hate them. And if you choke people out and clear a room, they're not gonna like you. You're gonna be the cologne guy who has too much cologne and they hate you. I'll explain how to spray a little heavy in my bonus tip coming up in a minute. Just know, don't go crazy with your fragrance. Just because your nose thinks it can't smell it doesn't mean everyone else can't. There's a thing called anosmia, or nose blindness, which means your nose grows tired of whatever scent it's smelling and it can't smell it anymore. That doesn't mean everyone you walk by can't smell it anymore. Keep that in mind, especially beginners and some like 50-year-old dudes who go crazy with their Fahrenheit. Keep that in mind, dudes. Keep it in mind. Our last step here is called the official fragrance official way. Yeah, I like that. I just made that up. I like that. Look, by trade, I'm a truck driver. So I'm alone. I work overnight. I don't see anybody, okay? So essentially, I can wear whatever I want as long as my wife doesn't smell me going out the door, because she basically hates everything. But I can wear whatever I want and spray as much as I want. If you're able to do something like that, this is the official fragrance official way. I'm gonna copyright that later. Look, you got your first step. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You got second step. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'm smelling awesome. It's gonna be a good night at work, right? But see, since I'm alone And since I love smelling myself, I'll do a little bit extra, okay? I'm gonna go here on my arm and here on my arm because it's embarrassing to admit this, but as I drive, as I work all night, I'll go like this and just smell myself the entire night. Oh, you smell so good, Alan. Oh yeah, you like that? Have another one. Yeah. I do it. I'm sorry. If you think I'm a weirdo, please try and be an adult and move past that because I need you here with me. It means a lot. But I do that. So I'll give a spray here and a spray here when I'm getting ready to go to work. Now, again, if you're wearing a fragrance that isn't a big projector, it doesn't last super long. Another thing I suggest, and I do very, very often, I'll spray my shoulders right here, right here. That's 2 more sprays, okay? Spraying your shoulders will give you a whiff anytime you move. So good, so amazing. Oh, what are you, a millionaire? Yeah, probably. Oh, I love it. It's so good. You're gonna keep yourself happy all night, promise. So anyway, the official Fragrance Official method is as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and don't forget your chest spray. That's the icing on top. Of course, for some people that seems like a zillion sprays. But like I said before, every fragrance is different. It has a different longevity. It has a different projection, different power, different oils used. Some might last 24 hours, some might last 2 hours. You need to keep that in mind, which is why this is all just a baseline. This is where I want you to start from, okay? As you get to know your fragrances, as you wear your fragrances, you will learn how they project, how long they last. Or you can go on YouTube and see how they project and how long they last. But basically take this baseline and adjust it accordingly. As a beginner, start with that 3 sprays, okay? And if you feel like, oh, I barely smelled it, it didn't even last very long, bump it up. Try the next step. If you spray your 6, 7, 8 sprays and you're like, that is way too strong, then you know you have to be less than that, somewhere in the middle, right? That's how you learn how to apply your fragrances. Honestly, I'm filling you with a load of BS. This method, yeah, it's an awesome baseline for what you're doing, but your skin chemistry is different than my skin chemistry. And every fragrance is different. Every situation is different. That's why you take my baseline that I'm giving you right now and you adjust it accordingly to fit your needs. Hopefully this was helpful for some of those beginners who are trying to figure out what's going on and what they're doing. I also hope this was helpful for guys who don't want to spray any fragrance at all and want to send me their money. Not joking, do it, send me it. And I also hope this was helpful for the oversprayers who maybe need to not spray so much. Tone it down, bruh. You have a family. There are people who care about you who don't want you around. Regardless, I hope I helped someone some way. And I hope you can figure out the best way to make yourself smell awesome. If you haven't subscribed yet, I want you to Will Smith slap yourself and get your crap together. This is where you need to be, and I want to be on your computer, on your phone, in your face every day so we can talk more about fragrances. Get on it, subscribe. Also, hit that like button if you found anything valuable or enjoyable here at all. If you were thinking about going anywhere, don't. Check out this video right here. It's the latest Fragrance Fight Night video, and you need to watch it. Catch y'all later. Peace.